full-blown sweater in the middle of the summer for this video. I thought because it was like tie-dye that it was kind of camp themed. Is that a thing people do at camp? I wouldn't know. Anyway, before we get into episode 3 of High School Musical, the series, I have to say that I cut a clip out of last week's review because I thought that I was just grasping at straws and that nobody would agree with me. So I left it out of the video, uploaded the video, and then every time I went on TikTok, I was greeted by people saying the same thing. So then I regretted my decision, but the video was already uploaded and that was that. And I thought I would just pop it in here. So here is a trip down memory lane for episode 2. This might be the biggest stretch, but, and that's a big but, does Ricky like EJ? Maybe that's too big of a stretch, I don't know. But there was something about the look that he gave him after they had their little pillow fight thing where I was like, and that would be really like sweet, I feel like, but also kind of random just like with their characters because they used to butt heads so much. I don't know. Enemies to lovers? Maybe? I don't know. Did anybody else see that? Am I just really reaching here? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be an actual thing, but I would love to hear in the comments what you thought of EJ and Ricky last week. And without further ado, let's get into episode 3. In the recap before the episode officially started, they really had EJ say, "It's too late to start over, right?" And then they cut to the clip of Ricky and Gina starting over. They are throwing this love triangle in our face. If it doesn't happen, then that might be the strangest thing that's ever happened. Stranger Things! They're just making it so glaringly obvious. Not that that's a bad thing, I'm enjoying it. Gina singing "Do You Want to Build a Snowman" to Courtney to wake her up was so cute. Somehow, all day today, I'm recording this on Wednesday, I avoided spoilers, so when she said Elsa, I was surprised and so excited. And I immediately knew that that meant Gina was Anna, she was singing to her. Oh, it was so cute. It was just a really nice moment. Honestly, what a reveal. Carlos as Olaf, that is so funny and I can't wait to see. I want a full snowman bodysuit costume, like the whole thing. I don't want a hint that he's a snowman, I don't want a puppet, I want the full Olaf look that you can get at like Spirit Halloween. Do you want to build a snowman? I can't really picture Carlos as Olaf in my mind, and I think that's what makes it such a fun choice. While we're talking about Olaf, can we just take a moment? Is Olaf an inanimate object? I don't think so. And for that matter, is Lumiere an inanimate object? I mean, he is a candle, but he's animate, he's alive. He's animate. Hold on, we need to look up the definition of inanimate. Inanimate definition. Not alive, especially not in the manner of animals and humans. Neither of them are inanimate, Carlos. I love you, but you're wrong. Now, I have seen a lot of Ashlyn hate online, or just like a general dislike of Ashlyn, and I came here today ready to defend her. But then, Ashlyn, she had to enter this episode by being like, "Make way for Belle." I was going to defend you! Oh man, that made me cringe. No offense to Julia Lester or to Ashlyn, but that just was not the best way to enter. Ashlyn is in the ensemble, which I wouldn't have predicted, but I don't hate. I myself am an ensemble person. Every single show I did over the 12 or 13 years I was in theater, except for maybe one, I was the ensemble, or the equivalent of the ensemble. I know what it's like all too well to go to the cast list and go, "Oh, no, further. Is that me all the way at the bottom? Yep, that's me." And it's not a great feeling. And Ashlyn's reaction could seem strong in some people's eyes. She did take it pretty hard, but like, I can't imagine what it's like to go from the very lead, your name is in the title of the show, to ensemble. Because I never had that feeling. I was just always an ensemble, and that in itself was hard to handle at times. Especially when you're young. These characters are in high school. There's a lot of big feelings in high school, and everything feels so important. And let's keep in mind, this is being filmed for Disney+. She says later in the episode she thought it was going to be her big break, and I truly don't blame her for being disappointed. Look at that! I am defending her after all. Her entrance just was not great. It wasn't on camera, it was just a moment where everybody was talking, and I think the camera panned to Maddox, but you can hear Carlos say, "I'm just wondering if this is the final list." Bless him, I love him so much. Oh, by the way, I liked them looking into the camera. I thought that was a fun, artistic choice. The shot of Carlos and Courtney after Maddox said that they were going to be spending the night in the woods and the wildlife was genius. Everything they do, that was just like a look for maybe 3 seconds or less, and it said so much. It was so great. Courtney and Carlos continue to be such standouts to me this season. Now, are we not going to find out what Carlos tried to change on the cast list? I hate when they do that. I hate when there's like a big thing that they just gloss over, like at the finale when they didn't address the harness. And they did eventually address that, which makes me think that they could eventually address this. But like, why wait? Can I know now, please? The next note I wrote is Ashlyn is off, and I've been saying it from the beginning. Something about her, this doesn't feel like the Ashlyn that we know. And they did talk about that later, so I guess I'll talk about it later too. Oh, the American Girl doll shout out. I really appreciated that. I collected American Girl dolls when I was younger. Ashlyn says she's a Samantha, and maybe this is the joke, and I'm about to explain it to you. It just occurred to me that I'm explaining it. But I thought that she was referring to, I was gonna say the Carrie Diaries, to Sex in the City when she said she's a Samantha. And I think that was intended. So, never mind, I thought I was being clever. It was very bold of EJ to stick his head into the girls' cabin without any warning or knocking or any sign of courtesy. But then again, they didn't have their blinds closed or their curtains drawn, so if they wanted privacy, they probably would have done those things. And he brought her flowers or like whatever, they were kind of twiggy, but they were cute and it was cute. And when Gina was talking to EJ, she had like these heart eyes. That's the best way that I can describe them. It was just like pure happiness and excitement in Sophia Wiley's eyes. And when EJ wasn't giving that back, that really bothered me. I was like, pull it together. I know you're stressed. Be a good boyfriend. Now here's the thing. In TV shows, it happens in every TV show. I'm telling you, if you start to notice this, you will never not notice it. People do this thing where they're like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And the person's like, okay, sure. And then they go. Not at all. And they're very clearly in the same room where it is silent over on the side. And they're talking about things that like clearly everyone in the group can hear. Gina is fully sat there saying that Anna is the better role. She's a bigger character arc, more songs, more lines aside from Let It Go, right in front of everybody else, right in front of Courtney, who just got the lead for the first time in her life. And that's nothing against Gina. It's just so weird to me when people in TV shows do that and they think they're having a private conversation when really they just moved like 6 feet at most. And you might say, oh, well, the other people were talking and they weren't listening. Courtney came over and mentioned Corbin, who was part of their conversation. So they were clearly listening. Then they made the trek out to the woods. Carlos was like bent over, all tired. Same. And Maddox casually saying that there are snakes, but like most of them aren't poisonous. Okay, what about the other group of snakes that clearly are poisonous? Can I know which ones they are? Why would you just casually say something like that? Ashlyn is dressed like it's Halloween. It's summer camp. She looks like she will be too hot. But there are people like wearing cardigans and stuff, so I guess it's not like sweltering sun. Thanks, Watch. Goal achieved. I achieved my move goal there, guys. Working hard. But she looks like she's straight out of Hocus Pocus. I guess she's going for the spooky vibes of like the wilderness and the woman of the woods, or the woman in the woods, or the woman of the woods? I don't even remember. I just watched the episode like 5 minutes ago. Here's where Gina said that it feels out of character how Ashlyn's acting, and I have felt that from the minute Ashlyn came on screen this season. Well, maybe not the minute, but since the first episode. Oh my gosh, when Maddox... Okay, so I knew that EJ was gonna get a solo, and I was so excited, I was really looking forward to it. And then Maddox said it was a country song, and I was immediately like, nope. I liked EJ's spooky voice before the song, and then the song happened, and like, it was fine. I've been waiting so long for a Matt Cornett EJ solo. I bring it up every time I talk about the show. Did this do it for me? I don't think so. And honestly, I might like A Billion Sorries better. Unironically. Actually, I kind of love A Billion Sorries. They set up more conflict with Maddox and Ashlyn, and honestly, I think they're 100% happening. They're 100% going to fall in love. When Ricky and Jet met in the woods and Jet said he had a long story about how he learned to sing, That story was far too short. I want to know so much more about his upbringing and his background and what makes him Jet. Oh, I have to shout out Carlos for saying, "Shake your money maker, Caswell." What? Who wrote this line? Here's something I was wondering more than once throughout the episode. Where is Val in all of this? Did she just go away? Does she go to and from camp? Does she not stay at the camp? Does she have like a trailer or a cabin or a mansion next to the camp? Is she like Jeff Probst, coming in and out just for challenges? Where is Val? And I know realistically it's probably because Meg Donnelly had other things to do in a very busy schedule. Does it make sense in the story? I don't really feel like it does. Another question, are the campers at Camp Shallow Lake split up by activity? So like these are the theater kids and they're having their spooky night, and then like the swimming kids are having like a pool relay race thingy, and like the basketball kids are having a basketball thing. Like, are they split up by activity? Maybe I'm thinking too much into this. I think we're just supposed to like not think about other campers being at this camp, but I'm thinking about it. The ghost story, I have to admit I kind of didn't pay any attention to the ghost story because there was so much other stuff going on, so I don't know the context of the woman of the woods. I still don't even know what she's called. But 3 things. Number 1, Ricky's reaction when Maddox said, "Who likes ghost stories?" I think he was like something like that, but it was really adorable. I felt super bad for Maddox trying to tell this story, and I feel like she takes everything so seriously, and when she's thrown off it really hurts her. I felt terrible. And then Jet called her Maddie, and I didn't know like anything about their connection. I didn't really have any theories about it, so I was just really taken off guard by that, and I was like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Ah! Oh, I loved Carlos and Courtney bunking, tenting together. I don't know what it's called. But I feel like since I am them in this situation and I would act the way mostly that Courtney's acting, I feel like I would want somebody that's really outdoorsy and woodsy rooming with me in case of an emergency or in case of something weird happening. They can take care of it and I can just relax. Though Carlos did seem more outdoorsy today than usual. So maybe he was the outdoorsy one. And then when Carlos didn't come back from leaving the tent and Courtney went out there and she was so self-aware that she was doing exactly what the people in the scary movies do, and then just her whole dialogue there was super funny. And I fully did not expect Ricky to be in a like woods monster costume. That is very elaborate. And then when he ran away and was growling, I was like, what is Ricky on about this season? I love it. I love it so much. I think it's fantastic. The energy that he is bringing is top notch, and I can't say enough good things about it, really. It's so fun. The Eggs Benedict thing that EJ was talking to Ashlyn about she was born at brunch, I seriously don't understand a word of that. Like, what did he mean? What was the Eggs Benedict? Like, I know Eggs Benedict is something you have at brunch or breakfast, but what did that have to do with anything? I didn't follow. Not even a little. Ricky and Gina's scenes together were really fun, and it was so nice to just see both of those characters relaxed. Like, yeah, they were like a little jumpy because of the spooky stuff, but last season they were both so angsty and so sad. It was just nice to see them so like loose and happy and having fun and messing around. I saw somebody point out on social media that this season it seems like they're just breaking into random music videos. And I totally see it. They did it with Ashlyn this time. I can't remember if this is true or not, but I feel like songs were better integrated in earlier seasons. Did Ricky and Gina come into the barn screaming before they even saw who was in there? Because I feel like they did. Same. Gina was such a good friend to Ashlyn in this episode. I really liked seeing that. I just thought it was super sweet. Gina was glowing today. She was just being so wonderful all around. Every moment. Wonderful. So supportive of Ashlyn, so understanding and patient with Ashlyn, just, oh, it's beautiful. Jet and Maddox are siblings, and I need a lot more information about that. Because what an interesting dynamic. And honestly, I did not see that coming when we were introduced to these characters in these last 2 episodes. Even kind of in this one, like I was thinking maybe they both had history at the camp or something, or went to school together, I don't know. But I really like the siblings route that they're going, and I'm excited to see what more comes of that. And last week I said that EJ should let Carlos be involved with the musical production. So seeing Carlos sitting next to EJ and kind of being there and being a part of it made me really happy. And then it just ended. It just ended. I was shocked when it ended. I was fully into it, fully invested, listening to Gina and Ricky, and suddenly, credits. What was up with that? And now we have to wait days for a preview of the next episode, which is always so hard. Let me know in the comments what you thought about episode 3. I would love to hear. And I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people, and I'll see you next week. Bye!